Simon, we've got Ray on with us today, Ray from Avid, which is great to see. Thanks very much, Ray, for getting up this early in the morning.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. Really, really excited.
We're less than a month away from IBC, so we've been working very hard on a number of new things. Really, I think our joint customers have been asking for. So I guess we kind of take it from the top. Simon, do you want to just kind of
sure,
kick off?
Yeah, so the headline things we have for the show in collaboration with Avid for IBC is we have the official launch of the new Marquis panel for Media Composer. So we'll have Marquis running natively inside of Media Composer, which allows the users to access any of the transfers that we've brought into the Avid environment and bring them straight through to Media Composer. No need to go out to an external client or any external software, just do everything from inside Media Composer. So that's very exciting. And that comes through to lots of the workflows that we'll be doing with the partners as well. And in particular, for the partners for this show, we have two demonstrations and two workflows going on with Sony, one from the C3 Portal to allow camera content to be brought straight through from the camera through the cloud and into Avid for editing. And that's also leveraging a proxy relinking workflow. It's a very powerful, useful workflow for them. And also a similar workflow for the C Media Cloud from Sony to again allow content and metadata to come straight through into the Avid and be used as needed. And that can also leverage a proxy workflow as well. And that can also allow content to be sent back to Sony for both content and metadata. So that's very powerful with them. And then we have LiveU. We'll be doing demonstrations as well, showing the LiveU ingest to get content through into the Avid. And that's also making use of the ability to transfer growing files. So as soon as the files are being recorded on the source side, we'll be able to start transferring into the Avid system, and the editors will be able to start using the content while the source is still in record. So it's a very speedy and very quick workflow for them, all, of course, going with metadata alongside as well. And that's very much the headlines that we're starting with for the show.
Yeah, so it's pretty exciting. Very exciting for sure. I mean, this all speaks to, the need by customers to drive higher efficiencies, get basically editors cutting faster, and this certainly enables that. And the fact that it comes along with all the metadata too leads to all kinds of automation possibilities, not just now with what's there, of course, but even in the future. And the fact that we're leveraging Panel SDK here is also the exciting news, right, for Avid, of course, because of Media Composer launching Panel SDK actually a year ago this year at IBC. And kind of when you think of the progress that has been made, really, by us both, really think about it since that announcement, it's very exciting. And what I also love about this is because it's Panel SDK and it's available in Media Composer, and this whole new workflow is now opened up because of that. It also runs in Edit on Demand. So if you have Edit on Demand or you're thinking about using Edit on Demand, you can absolutely take advantage of this to do the same workflow, whether it be with Sony C or with LiveU, directly into an Edit on Demand environment, as well as traditional on-prem, sort of client network style type deployments. And of course, it works with, enterprise level customers too, who have production asset management as well. So, I mean, it's really, really powerful. And of course, it goes across the entire Avid video product portfolio, incorporating Nexus, of course. So, I mean, it checks every single box you could ever want it to check. And it certainly adds, like I said, to driving higher efficiencies. And we're thrilled that it's this broader play between Avid, Marquis, Sony, and LiveU, right? All amazing partners, and just very thankful for all the work you guys have done up to now. So we can't wait to see it in action at IBC, where it makes its European debut.
Yeah, we're really excited too, and I think everything that we do, today really is built around improving our customers' efficiency and effectiveness. And I think we look at all of these kind of new workflows; they do exactly that. And if we look back a year, we weren't able to support the camera card ingest with the C3 workflow. Now we can. But we've also realized some new, more efficient ways of ingesting into the Avid systems. Simon, maybe you could comment on those.
Yes, so the first part would be the one I kind of touched on earlier in terms of the support for growing files coming from the source system. So in particular, LiveU, we'll be using that one. And actually, Sony with the C3 workflow will be able to leverage that as well for the growing proxy files. So to get content usable by the editors as soon as possible, to minimize that time delay between the recording and the usage. And then we're also working on the options we can provide on the Avid end for the editors, again, to make things usable in terms of the growing file support from that end. Now, traditionally, we've always supported the use of growing files and editing of growing files within Avid, within the Interplay or the Media Central systems. And new for the show, we'll be making use of the panel and extending it to allow us to support growing file workflows for people who don't have the production asset management systems. So anybody who has access to our panel will be able to use and edit files as they're being recorded in the Avid by Medway by using the panel to get them into their media composer and then do the updates that necessary during the course of the recording. So we'll keep updating the clips and finish it off when it completes and the recording completes. So we'll get back to that point where all the functionality we're referring to and all the advanced functionality we're referring to will be usable by any Avid user, be it from a small system through to a full production management system.
That's exciting. I mean, that's amazing. And what I also love about this is between LiveU, Sony, I mean, just about everybody has one, the other, or both, right? Being used every single day in production. So again, just really speaks to the depth and breadth of the opportunity in the market, right? For obviously for our partners, but also for our customers to realize these very important efficiencies. And the fact that now you have the ability to edit a growing file in a non-production asset management environment for Avid users, that's also super exciting. So yeah, they're really, really cool. Now, the other parts that we've been working on too are some of the other workflows that we have with you guys. So do we want to talk about those real quick and just sort of allude to some of the existing integrations we also have, all of which, by the way, completely updated, completely refreshed, both pricing and materials. So it'd be great to sort of maybe run through those too as well.
Yeah, sure. So we have the variety of workflows that we've supported for some time that come from the traditional Medway family, which is our main tool that we've been talking about for the ingest and export of media from the Avid systems. So we always have that capability of getting content and metadata easily into the Avid systems, but also to export that content back out again. And that's down to a sequence level, so we can understand and export sequences without the need for them to be mixed down and flattened before export, and do all of that with metadata. And then we have our other tools which allow us to get in and help out in terms of the management and protection for the systems. So we can have the project parking application to allow you to go through and see projects and manage projects in terms of either archive or shorter term backup solutions, as well as management systems. And then we get into the workspace backup and workspace sync options we have, which start giving you some options to give you protection from your systems, be it from a more of a business continuity principle or full disaster recovery and backup solutions. So we have a lot of those systems that come through as well. And they're also going to be talked about at the show and demonstrated at the show, and also easily available through Avid to get out to the users. And there's extra options that we can look to add in based on those that we're working together with yourselves to expand in those areas as well going forward.
It is. That's also exciting. And that also incorporates a whole host of other partners too, right? Because you can write to third-party storage, you can write to the cloud, right? And of course, you can go Nexus to Nexus here. So there's a tremendous amount of boxes that get checked here, especially if you're interested in some type of, connection, right, between what's sitting on your Avid environments and then migrating all that stuff up to, say, some object here or to the cloud. And then, of course, bringing it all back. And because Marquis is completely aware of the Avid file systems and workspaces, it's all tied into your Avid systems, right? Whether it's Media Composer, Media Central, right? You can search for and find all that content, bring it all back online, either partially restored or, full file restore. So it's a really nice solution, very elegant. And, it's important to remind people that although those two have been around for quite some time, but like I said, everything's been refreshed, updated, and we're also going to be showing all that stuff in the booth as well. So come by and check it out.
Yeah, and I think the other thing just worthwhile mentioning, Ray, is our software is in your labs. Your software is in our lab. Yeah. You not only sell, but also provide first line support for our software. So this is more than just a kind of technology exercise. It's, I think, a fully rounded proposition to, our customers in terms of business transformation, but also from a support and commercial perspective.
100%. And, just working with you guys is great because you have such a high familiarity with all the APIs. You fully understand Avid workflows. So if something does happen to, go awry, we all work together in sync to get answers quickly, which is also very important, of course, in broadcast. So yeah, I agree, and it's such a great partnership, and we're so appreciative to Marquis for that partnership. And like I said, I love the fact that we're incorporating all these other partners too as part of a broader solution. And again, driving the need for higher efficiencies throughout the workflow, getting content to market faster. It's just all so critical these days, right? When everybody's tightening the belt. So this is a great answer right here.
Great. So to wrap up, Ray, I'd like to thank you for joining us so early in the morning. I think the next time we'll see you will be in Amsterdam, so we look forward to that. And we also look forward to everything being demonstrated. So we'll be on the Avid booth, the LiveU booth, the Sony booth with both the CI and the C3 workflow.
Yep, absolutely. Check us out in Hall 7. I'd love to see you all come by. And once again, thank you for including me in this. And we're very excited about it. So thanks again.
Yeah, thanks, Ray. Thanks for joining us.